In this video, I'll be showcasing the very best bullet bill extensions in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. For reference, the average bullet bill lasts between 8 and 9 seconds, and almost every bullet bill showcased today lasts between 11 and 12 seconds. That's a pretty significant difference, as you will soon see. Also, if you want to take a look at even more bullet bill strategies, or strategies for the game in general, you should check out shortcat.pro. I'll put the link in the description. With that said, without further ado, let's start giving her, bud. Alright, so starting off the show, we got the Mario Kart Stadium bill extension. Now, while this bill extension does last for 12 seconds, it's actually not the best bill extension, and you'll see why. So, you hop in the shortcut, use your bullet bill on the ramp, and it'll take you until the finish line, basically, or the last turn. But the problem is, the fastest strat is going up this glider and doing the motion glider strat. And obviously, when you're using the bullet bill, you can't do that. So it is a really good bill extension, but because you can't do the motion glider and it goes around the ending shortcut, it's actually not that good. Next up is Sweet Sweet Canyon. This is also a very good bill extension that, I mean, compared to Mario Kart Stadium, you use your bill here. You might not think that this bill extension is that good because it goes through the gliding section, the cannon glider. However, not only are you taking that shortcut, but you also get a pretty nice boost forward here, and it drops you off pretty quickly, get right into that drift, and overall, I would say this bill extension is very solid. Dolphin Shoals is one of the best tracks, well, actually probably straight up is the best track in the game to pull a bullet bill, as there are two massive 12-second bill extensions. One starts right here. Use it on the finish line, and it'll take you all the way until the second item set. This is a really, really good bill extension. Again, it lasts 12 seconds, and going into lap 3, like, this is a really good bill extension to leverage. And then the next bill extension is right in the middle of the eel. And again, this one is a very solid one. Well, very, very good. 12 seconds long, as it's supposed to drop off around here, but it takes you through the entire gliding section and the ending sequence of the track. So if you pull a bullet bill on Dolphin Shoals, you are in good hands. So for Electr Drome, this is the first bill extension that doesn't actually last 12 seconds. This is an 11.3 second bill extension. However, use it in the shortcut, and in doing so, it'll take you all the way until after the second turn. So usually it's supposed to drop you off around here, but this is where the extension starts, takes you all the way around the turn, and drops you off on this straight. I would say if you don't have a good item afterwards, you'll be pretty vulnerable here, but again, if you have that good item, this bill extension is pretty awesome. Next up is GBA Mario Circuit. This bill extension is really good, but it only lasts 11.1 seconds, believe it or not. Activate your bill in this shortcut, and it'll take you all the way until the turn before the second set. So again, use it in the opening shortcut, which is very, very good, but in terms of how long it is definitely lacking compared to the other bill extensions in this game. But regardless, it is still very, very good. Next up, we got a firm 12-second bill extension on DK Jungle. Use it at the first enemy, and just like that, it is going to last all the way until shortly after the boost ramp section. So right here, this is where it's supposed to drop you off, goes a bit longer than that, and drops you off very smoothly onto this turn. It's a very, very, very good bill extension. Next up is an 11.5 second bullet bill on Music Park. You want to activate in the middle of the piano section, and this one, despite not it being 12 seconds, is a very, very good extension, as these are two really tight turns, and you are invincible during it and going very, very fast. It drops you off at a kind of tough turn, like if you're not ready for it, but overall, incredible bill extension. The bill extension on Piranha Plant Slide is actually really, really cool and is very useful as well. You want to activate your bullet bill after landing from the first ramp there, and it'll take you through this entire turn, and most importantly, it'll take you through this entire gliding section. You'll be invisible, you'll be going invincible, sorry, you're going very, very fast. It drops you off on that turn. A bit of an unorthodox landing, but regardless, it is a very, very good bill extension. This is one of the best bill extensions in the game, one of the most iconic ones as well. The Yoshi Circuit bill extension, use it in the waterfall shortcut, and it'll take you very, very far. It is a firm 12-second bill extension, takes you through all these very tight sections, mind you. And if you time it right, it should drop you off on this turn. You may want to brake just a little bit just to make sure that you don't go too out of control upon landing, but overall, incredible bill extension. Next up is Mut City, and while this is a 12-second extension, it's actually not, it is very, very good. Use your bill right in between those two boost panels, and while it is very good, it lasts 12 seconds, it goes around that shortcut, and it also goes around the ending shortcut. So you are missing two pretty significant shortcuts, but in exchange for the bill lasting 12 seconds. I think that's a pretty fair trade-off. This bill extension is only 10.9 seconds, but it is very, very solid nonetheless. On Ice Outpost, it's in the middle of the double shortcut. I guess not right in the middle, but use your bullet bill right here. And it'll take you all the way, you know, through this entire tight turn, which is, by the way, very, very good to be invincible in a build during this. And it'll drop you off right on this turn. You may want to break just a little bit just to make sure you're all good. But overall, despite it only being around 11 seconds, I'd say this is a very, very good extension. This next bill extension is an absolute beauty. It's on Cheeseland, firm 12 seconds long, and it's starting real soon. So drift off this ramp, you hop in this off-road, activate your bullet bill just like that. And this one, again, 12 seconds, goes around the cheese shortcut, but you also go through, you get an item box here, and it'll drop you off like on the gliding section, which is very, very good. And this will set you up really, really well to take the double glider shortcut. I mean, I'm taking it with a bill right now. I can't take both, but either way, this is an awesome extension and definitely worthwhile for online play. All right, this next bill extension on Super Bell Subway is pretty decent, you know, about 11 seconds, but not the absolute best. You want to use your bullet bill right here as you're next to the first coin, and it will take you very far. Obviously, 11-second bullet bill. It'll pass this set, but you'll take this turn tight, but you will take this next turn basically as wide as possible. That's the one downside to this bill extension. I hit the off-road there for fun. But either way, it's a decent one, but because you go wide at the very end, it is a little bit nerfed for that reason. Absolute banger coming up on Chaco Mountain. 12-second bill extension. You want to use your bullet bill right after this crack. Something like that. And it'll drop you off. It should drop you off right before the first item set. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where to use your bill, but if you use it around where I used it, it'll drop you off. Yeah, right here. It is perfect. Fantastic. You get another item box right out of the gate. And yeah, man, can't go wrong with a 12-second bill extension. This is actually the shortest bill extension that I'm showcasing today, which you wouldn't expect it because it's this bill extension on Coconut Mall. But yeah, it's only 10.3 seconds long. The only reason why I am showing this one, because it rounds down to 10 seconds, is because it takes that shortcut and it sets you up right before this gliding section where if you have trouble shrooms, for example, then, I mean, you could motion glide. I don't have motion controls on right now, but it's a great way to end off the race. So this bill extension, despite being 10.3 seconds only, is still very good. The bill extension on Ninja Hideway is 10.8 seconds long, and it's pretty solid. Actually, very solid, as you'll see. Use bullet bill right here in the middle of the uphill, and it'll take you all the way until the finish line. It should end like around here, something like that, but it's a tight section, kind of hard to figure it out. It drops you off on the tricks right before the finish line. It's a very good bill extension. Next up is Calar Desert, and while this bill extension does last 11.3 seconds, there is a downside to it, as you will see. So you want to use your bullet bill right here, and it'll last you a very long time, obviously 11 seconds, very, very good. But as you will soon see, yeah, you skip the second item set of this lap, which is not very good, but if you only have the one item, it is very good. 11.3 seconds, you cannot go wrong with that. All right, Sydney Sprint, we got two bill extension. This first one is right away on, I f***ed up my commentary. Next up is Sydney Sprint, where we have two beauty bill extensions. This first one, you use your bill right here, and it'll take you all the way until the straightaway before the last set of this track. Full transparency, I messed up my commentary the first time, which is why all these computer players are an hour behind. Or not an hour behind, sorry. A whole lap ahead, so there you have it. But yeah, that bill extension, very, very solid. And this next bill extension is only 11.1 seconds long, so you pull from off, dude. I'm messing up. And because this next bill extension is only 11.1 seconds long, you want to use it after getting that item box and use your bullet bill right here. So, also, again, the AI and an entire lap behind. Can you tell it's been like a week since I've commentated? But either way, your bull will drop you off right here. It'll take you through that entire tight section, which I think is really, really good. So overall, fantastic bill extension. The bill extension on London Loop is 11.8 seconds long, which is really, really good. You want to activate your bullet bill at this coin, and it'll take you very far. Obviously, 11.8 seconds, absolute beauty. But you should know that it will take you around this pretty big shortcut, so you won't be able to use like a star or a golden mushroom through it, but it will drop you off right there. So in exchange for going around the shortcut, you get an 11.8 second bill extension, which is pretty great. At long last, we have another certified firm 12-second bill extension on 3DS Rainbow Road. So after you get a bill from the second item set of Section 2, you want to use your bullet bill right here in the middle of those two boost panels. And again, 12 seconds, absolute beauty. It'll take you all the way through the moon section, and it'll drop you off as you go right into Section 3, which is really, really awesome. And if you have the item afterwards, that's very, very good. You'll be set up very, very nicely to do well in the race. So, beauty bill extension. This next bill, I messed up. I'm doing a lap too. I started talking way too late, dude. Up next is a beauty 11.2 second bill extension on Yoshi's Island. Pop your bill right after you land, and it'll take you very, very far past the gliding section, which is honestly really good. It's just satisfying watching these bills go all the way up through the gliding section. Drops you off right before the last set, which is pretty awesome. Next up is a bill extension you probably haven't seen before on Bangkok Rush, which is a really, really good one, 11.9 seconds. So it's a bit of a tight spot, but you want to use your bullet bill right after this coin, and it'll take you all the way until the last item set, taking this entire tight turn, which is very, very good, and hovering over this entire umbrella section or tent section, whatever you want to call it. Name's not coming to me right now, but either way, very good bill extension. Drops you off right before the item set. Hallelujah. Opening up wave 5, we got Athens Dash, 11.3 second bill extension coming your way. You want to use your bullet bill right after this little corner. And again, 11.3, absolute beauty. Takes down here fairly quickly, and it'll take you through this. I didn't use it. That was not it. Okay, I'm changing that up. Okay, so you actually use it a little after the corner right here, something like that. And this is the 11.3 second bill extension. I'm actually happy that happened so I could show you guys, just how important the timing is. It dropped me off so much earlier, and now instead of getting dropped off here, it's a bit of a tight section, so if you're in the pack, it could be a bit worrisome, but overall, very solid bill extension. This next bill extension is not the longest, 10.9 seconds, but regardless, still pretty solid. Sunset Wells, activate your bullet bill a little before the last item set, and it'll take you pretty far. It's a very good bill extension, but do be mindful that, well, I guess it's because you get the last, it doesn't really matter, but you do pass that item set, so just keep that in mind. But it drops you off on the straight, and if you have an item like a golden or a star, you can take the shortcut to my left. Overall, very solid setup bill extension. Our second to last showcase is on Rosaluna's Ice World, 11-second bill extension. You want to use it as you exit the water, and it'll take you very, very far. It's a really good way to close the show on the race as well, as it'll take you past this ramp, and on top of that, it'll take you through the entire last turn. So even though you will skip the ending shortcut, overall, considering you end really close to the finish line, I'd say it's a pretty good bill extension. And last, but most certainly not least, we have a certified firm 12-second bill extension on Weibo. You want to use it as you go downhill, and it'll take you very, very far, as all certified firm 12-second bill extensions go. It'll take you past this turn. You get another box right here, and it'll end right after the boost ramp. Absolute beauty bill extension. Until next time, keep on billing her, bud.